We are back and welcome to the Game Fuel Marquee match as we look to round out the day. Seattle Surge going up against Toronto Ultra. For Surge, you're really battling for the best spot you can get at our final major of the year, as you've got, what, $500,000 that you can fight for. For Toronto Ultra, I mean, same thing. You want to be at best place you can be in winner's bracket, look to take home a huge prize purse, but this is where we sit in the overall look at CDL points presented by Game Fuel. For Surge, not great. For Ultra, you're sitting in second place, looking to hold on to that with Empire nipping at your heels. FaZe have blown away the competition.
Yeah, I mean, for Ultra, you're just trying to keep yourself second seed, right? And get back to a major final. I think we've seen Ultra be consistent, but since stage 2, they have not been back to that final. They've gotten close, pretty darn close, but for Ultra, I think they're just trying to stay on top of their game right now.
Absolutely, and they're going to be going up against Surge, who I know have not had the best year, but you still have some titans of the esport on their side. Your Gameful featured player is going to be Octane, and Octane, yeah, I mean, he performed well on LAN against teams in his first couple of matches, but he also was the #1 KD online in all of stage 4. So whether online or LAN, this guy can make plays, make an impact, and Ultra are going to need to do their best to slow him down.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best ARs in the world. We'll see what Octane can do, because he's going to have a tough AR matchup, right? I mean, you have Cammy and Insight on the opposite side. But you can see, so just right there, his ranks this season, how consistent he's been. Number 5 overall. In the mix with some of the best players in the world. What we saw on the points graphic, team not doing so much, but we'll see what Octane can do today.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I know he's been frustrated, but individually, yeah, he's 5th of all players on the entire year. So, like, he's had his moments. The team just hasn't had that success, and we're going to see if maybe they can get some, and they're really their final chance to earn a big bag, and that is going to be at the Stage 5 Major. But let's meet the team. Let's take a look. We're going to check out Seattle Surge.
Fire coming in, but can Prestinni win it too? No. He does. That's 3 straight. Dashy versus Octane, and it's Sam who's able to come away with it.
On a classic, trying to line him up in the final.
Looking to find a few more, but Gunless absolutely rips his way through the 3 of them.
249, Seattle won! Seattle Surge looking to get a big upset here. A big test against Ultra as classic Gunless, Octane, and Prestinni look to get things going. And yeah, since Classic has joined, I mean, his stats have not been great. There's no way around that. They've been poor. But they have found some improvements in control. It's whether or not they can somehow, I don't know, somehow this late into the year get the hardpoint S&D looking good.
Yeah, I think that's really it. And even right now, I mean, they're hardpoint struggling throughout this stage. I mean, as they start off 0-2. Gunless without a hat on in a clean shape. My man's looking good right now. He's looking good. Maybe trying to, maybe just trying to.
Gunless.
Yeah, he is, dude. He's been hitting his jammy, staying focused. It is Gunless. He's looking handsome.
I've never seen that person before.
That's Gunless.
Is it just the hat or beard, or what was going on there? That was not him. What's going
just
on?
No hat, no beard.
Yeah, it looks like 10 years younger. All right, looking sharp. Ladies everywhere. Oh, they are struggling with the beauty that is on their screen. That's incredible.
You might be struggling, honestly. I don't know.
I think I am. I think I am, Joe, if you couldn't tell from that reaction. But we're getting ready to get this one going. Seattle Surge, we talked about them. Let's meet the team on the other side of this. We've got a team fighting to get back to another major final. It is going to be Toronto Ultra. Let's check them out.
Try to get mad. Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag. Why you trying to size me up? You don't wanna try your luck. Hot as a stove, what did you know? Burn like coal, yeah, you know I go. Way too hot, yeah, really too cold. I'ma keep going till I hit my goals. Better get back when I'm in my zone. Do it for the ones that I know back home. Did it myself, they ain't put me on. Don't you call back if you hear that zone. Level.
This team has been sensational, Joe. They've been fun to watch. Insight, he's got to be your Rookie of the Year. I don't know what I would put Cammy as, because I don't think you could put him as MVP, but if there was an MVP on a team that maybe wasn't the best team, I might be going Cammy. And I don't think that's a stat, but that's what I would do.
Well, it just shows how high of an impact of a player that Cammy can be, right? He's a real treat. When it goes against the best competition, a lot of the times they rely on him to make the plays. He's the one following up the submachine guns with his create, with his aggression, and he's the guy finding those 2 to 3 pieces, right? Like, he's just got a talent that is so fun to watch. But looking at our maps and modes, starting off with Garrison Hardpoint, which is not a good one for Seattle Surge, as they are 0-3 on the year. For Toronto Ultra, it's 9-8. I don't know the exact number, but a majority of those losses, or at least around half, are to Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I bet that's the case. But yeah, for Surge, like, can you keep the control rolling? As you found improvement there, but like, I don't know. I want to see a little bit more when you talk about the hard point. And you talk about the S&D, and I like to see this from Prestinni. I like it from Octane. They're laughing. Looks like they're vibing out. I still can't get over Gunless. Something's freaking me out there. He looks incredible. But map 1, ready to get going. Garrison, as you said, as the team look to do war.
As the teams look to do war. Yes, they are battling. That is correct.
Yeah,
and again, for Seattle Surge, 0-3 this stage in Hardpoint. Their only map win is on Control, and it's been a tough group. I mean, they have opened up with Mutineers, then Røkkr, and now Ultra, right? Like, all 3 teams who seem to be trending upward. Well, Ultra's really stayed there, but the other 2 trending upward. So it's going to be a tough matchup here for the Surge.
Yeah, there's no way around that. It is. Okay, well, Octane lines him up, puts him down right at the break, but the guy that's going to be dealing with him throughout a lot of it, I know it's not a one-on-one per se, but it will be Insight trying to match that on the other side. But a flurry of kills for Surge, get them in a good position to rack up time here at our first hard point. You've already got 2 focusing on the transition across. Gunless has picked it up. This is beautiful from Surge thus far.
Yeah, I mean, what a break. You get Classic, who finds a double in the middle of the map, opens up that lane for Gunless. Look at where number 8 is on your map, right? He's cutting off Brick's side. A big presence here while his teammates are earning all this time. Already 30 seconds earned. There's going to be a one-on-one Gunless versus Cammy. Gunless is going to win that gunfight, so now they have to focus on him. The problem, though, is teammates do lose that front battle. So a lot of Ultra just move forward. Gunless hoping to find that one. Ultra retake map position. But a good start there for Surge.
And we got to keep our eyes. I don't know how to word this, because you and I were talking about it when we were doing the keys to victory. Like, Classic, I think it's something like 16 series. He's gone negative in all of them. He has struggled. There's no way around it. I don't want to say he needs to be more selfish exactly, but the days of the pure objective player are gone. It feels like he needs to find a balance between looking for his kills and playing around the objective, but it's got to be a tough thing to balance.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got to focus a little bit more on his ones, I think. I don't know really what needs to go on, but he's got to figure something out. And he's 4 and 5 here to start. He's had a couple of multi-kills, but on board with our game-fueled featured player, Octane. They're not going to get another shot at this. They're just going to try and lock down the middle of the map. And Octane, he's going to be one of the first players up around this tank.
Yeah, what looked like such a good start for Surge is actually going to be around a 20-point advantage for Ultra once we get done with the second point. Number 6 on the map, Prestinni, he's trying to watch the cross. It looks like right as he gives this up to back up and reposition, the push is going to come in. Spawning deep will be Octane trying to deal with it. Prestinni, unfortunately, will be caught. Now Octane's got no help. How much work can he do? Takes down 1, but that'll be it. Surge will now be spawning out mid-map to look for the break as Ultra get their spots.
And that's one thing that's really stuck out to me these last couple of stages, especially in Hardpoint. It feels like teams have gotten a lot better at sort of being able to transition. When they are holding, they know the gunfights that are up next and how they can sort of spawn those opponents behind them, then push up on forward. We just saw it in the last match with Florida on this map a couple of times. Saw it a few times on Moscow as well. Teams know how to punish you. That first push that we always talk about, the first gunfights on rotation are so key. And Ultra, they're able to win that. They have this 50-point lead as Insight up to a 7-3 start.
And Insight has just been so good. Like, unbelievable, especially this stage. Like, he's been good since he joined, but he's doing some special stuff right now within the stage, and we'll see if he can keep it going. As Octane, our game fuel featured player, will drop, we're going to actually hop over to Ultra. We're going to get into an Astro gaming listen-in with Toronto Ultra.
P5 cross, Octane, 1 shot from gold, Jimmy. Top green is a gold, me, Octane. Yep.
I might spawn back now.
You can watch your,
Go, go.
Okay, they're gonna be top green,
Two top green, now, 1 shot, bro.
Gold,
Two top. One's one shot, Ben.
He's up mid, Octane.
Lay down, two mid. One's mid tanks.
Rails.
Yeah,
One mid tanks
Prestine's
below
on
you,
time.
Cam.
Rails
Yeah,
on plan.
Give me that.
One more rails. Rails.
Nice.
Yeah, rails.
Let's go.
I left for a sec.
Nice,
Nice, well played, man.
Top green already.
Absolutely right now. I can't shout.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm watching top green slide out.
Top green, Gunless really fucking weak top green.
Yeah, he's run away.
In the window.
Yeah, left side mid, Nick. Left side
Okay,
mid,
he just
Nick.
ran up rails.
Nice.
Top green again.
Shot this guy top green.
Top green dead.
Nice flip.
Nice.
Three, who is it? Let's go.
Wait.
Prestinni, off spawn. He's probably in break.
I'm playing gold G, man.
Breaks a square. They're gonna spawn back left still. You blocking whoever's talking.
yeah.
Spawn breaks, yeah. In connector dead, Nick.
Yeah, square.
Make sure you're all green, make sure you're all green.
He rest square.
Nice.
Try and get breaks.
Breaks, one shot.
Connector.
Dead.
Connector.
Why in breaks?
They spawn back still. We should put.
Get off. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Go.
Clean back dead.
Fucking hell.
Two bricks. Nick's really
Look on right block, Toby.
Yeah, Gunless.
One back left.
Gunless, in connector.
Telling you.
Nice, I'm
Someone
coming.
get time.
Got time.
Clean back on me. Clean back, one shot, run away.
He might spawn in, bro. He's back bricks.
I'll see back breaks.
Nick on me close.
I was telling me Octane really fucking weak. Time had trouble.
Shiny break on you, Cam.
Yeah. He's fucking
One
one spawn
up
out.
Prestine's gonna hit P5 Cam.
Hey, I'm watching it. One shot again, bro.
Top
Prestinni
cap.
on time.
Yep.
Get that guy.
And a triple went to the left. Two square.
Square. Both
Square one shot, Gunless. Two. Prestine's Gunless.
On left, Nick. Nick on left. One shot, Nick.
Dead.
Nice.
Gunless. Two.
He's squaring me. He's weak under vent, in vent.
Dead man. Two left.
In gold now. In gold. Lay down,
Nice.
nice. I'm going to break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go left with Toby.
I got killed.
The lead continues to build for Ultra, and yeah, I mean, Octane and Gunless are doing all right, but the subs are really struggling. I mean, you got 9 and 16 out of Classic, 6 and 13 out of Prestinni. I know this could be a tough map depending on the hard point, especially for the subs if you're trying to get breaks, but fact is, they're not beating a team like Ultra if that doesn't improve.
Well, I mean, that was always the discussion when, when this team formed early with Looney and Prestinni, when they went with Classic in Prestinni, right? When they made a roster change, they didn't take a shot on a young gun. They needed a slaying sub. That's it. And they didn't go with one. So they needed a little bit more slaying. And there was a moment, right? I think it was end of stage 2, maybe early stage 3, when Prestinni was looking at his best. But he's not always a guy that has played that consistently at that level, all right? So when that drops off, who's there to pick it up? And they just haven't had that person. So yeah, it's the subs struggling in the slaying category. I know that's not everything, but it certainly helps.
No, yeah, it's like as bad. I think that's what's frustrating. As bad as their year has been, it does feel like it's like a one-person thing away from maybe being a good team. But
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's too late to we'll maybe see if that's the case, but at least that's how I feel. Like maybe just one.
Oh,
it's
too late. Yeah, no, it's too late.
Yeah, but maybe like one elite sub or something, a little bit different. But back to our game field feature player, and he's lining them up once again, looking for the third, doing a little dance with Mr. Bance, and he's able to win that. Well, he gets some help there from Nicky D as he comes through, as they're trying to claw their way back into it, but down nearly 100 points. We'll see if that team kill on the side of Ultra benefits them all, but honestly, with 10 seconds left, not going to matter too much. It's all going to be about the rotation over to next, and we'll get to Benjamin Bance's POV.
Yeah, I mean, Bance spawned out. He was just hoping to get back to his teammates. We saw him just kind of like taking his time, but now he's in a position where he's just finding kills in the middle of the map, right? Just dealing with this push, just slowing down Seattle Surge so his teammates can get set up. You have Cammy and Insight in the back. Bance is going to spawn up near his teammates, but here comes the push right through the middle. Octane and Prestinni open things up with a couple of headshots. Cammy, though, in that position, and that's what I was talking about. It feels like when they need a multi-kill, who is it? It's Cammy.
He definitely going to be Mr. Multi-kill for the team to see the ×3 pop up as he pushes out. I think 21 and 13, 20 and 13 for Insight right there with him. These guys have been special for this roster. I know that can be said about all of them, but Cammy is a different breed. At Insight, just the impact as a rookie, it's incredible.
Oh, it is. I mean, I think he has a 1.7 in search and control this stage. I know it's only a couple of matches, but just some ridiculous stats that he's putting up so far. Now they're only 40 points away from winning this first map. And Garrison Hardpoint. Classy just trying to get set up. Trying to find those kills on this rotation on over, but Cammy's going to take care of him. Gunless and Octane, though, with a couple of kills of their own.
Well, it's just wild to think, too. Like, they've been the second best team on the year, I guess you'd say. And if they were the first best, it could be a situation where the first 2 years of the Call of Duty League, you've got back-to-back rookie MVPs. Like Shotzzy did it. Insight would, I mean, he'd be in the combo, I think, without question, just based on what he's done. But unfortunately, FaZe exists.
Yeah, I think like yeah, it's like a lot of like COD fans of the different teams. It's like, yeah, man, we'd have a really good team, but like, yeah, FaZe is there, so.
Yeah. I'm sure that is a conversation amongst many of them, but there's 40 points needed for Ultra to hold the game 1 W. 3 kills, though, through for Surge as Gunless continues to hunt around mid-map. You just hear bullets popping everywhere as he's looking for the streaks, just 1 kill away from earning some. We'll see if he can maybe bait Nikiti in front and find the kill, but his classic falls. It's going to be the cue for him to back up into the hard point. Just see if he can get a freebie, because it would take a massive comeback, but streaks, one thing that could assist on that comeback, and gets the first, maybe a bullet or 2 away from the second.
Yeah, I think he's 1 bullet away. Bance just able to back on up, wait for his teammate to reach out and help him. They're still on the hill, though. Classic in a good position. You do have Prestinni, who's up top green. Gunless is going to spawn up with Octane inside a brick. So this is what you want if you're Surge, right? You have them trapped in the back. You have map control. You have this streak. You would love to use it at a time where you want to dictate it, right? Don't let Ultra break you, then have to use it to break at a hill where you don't need to. You know, maybe if they can chain 1 and 2 together the way they're doing it, use it at the second hill, you know, to break a setup. But CleanX and Bance trying to get this one done with is we're going to transition over towards that first hill. The first player in there is going to be Gunless.
They're making this comeback. Down nearly 100. Now down to 40. Can Cammy looking to win the gunfight, but not going to happen. Prestinni will get the best of him. Gunless still winning fights in the point. That'll be 3 in a row for him, up to 29 and 21. Leading all players on the map. Now trying to soak up this objective time is second by second. Ultra maybe getting a little bit of trouble, and CleanX doesn't finish the first. Tries to snap to the second. All the kills through for Surge, and oh boy is right. What a stretch this is from Surge.
And now they're trying to get aggressive. Cammy and Bance, they're going to spawn out. CleanX trying to hold on. It's a nice double out of him. Him and Insight trying to do what they can. Here comes Prestinni, though. He's got another one-on-one, and Cammy gets taken down on the hill, so it's only on the Insight. They're rookie. They're trying to hunt him, and with that ping, they're going to find him. There's the call out right away. With the ping, they find the 4th player. He still wins the first gunfight. Does he buy enough time for his teammates to help him out? He blows himself up with his own nade. Okay.
Yeah, I think he just repositions right after the ping and at least takes one of the fights, but now the lead changes through. Surge are in front. Surge looking to get a hard point victory, something they've been in such desperate need of. Is Prestinni is on 4 in a row. Classics winning fights in the back. Gunless is having a monster map, and Octane looking to leave his mark in the final moments as they've got control. They've got the win in their grasp. Now the call is going to come in. The artillery is going to come through, but Cammy comes through with a double at the same time. The streak will at least get them out of the point, and now it's just off to the races for both teams.
Okay, we'll see. Did they need it there? Right now, Ultra, though, they're going to try and hunt on back. I would have just loved if he held on to it, because Ultra could not win there. They couldn't win there. But they're just... He's able to get on it. Does he have the take? No. Bance is there for the trade. They almost get to that point, and this is what I was afraid of. If this goes to the next hill, you would love to have this streak, but they're trying to fly. Bance is going to spawn out. It's a 3v4 on the other side of the map, making a 2 versus 3 as Insight and Octane finding kills. Insight trying to lock this down. Ultra with the rotation. Only 18 seconds left in our game clock.
Insight goes so huge to give them a chance, and Bance is winning fights at mid-map again. And once again, he's a spawn out and pinch player like we saw the last time through. Just 3 points needed for Surge. 1 break, and they likely get the win. And they get it done. 3 kills, almost 4 for Ultra. There will be the 4th. Back up to spawn goes Surge. Now you got to feel a bit of desperation and panic for Surge. They've got to send it. Elise Contest is our game fuel feature player, and Octane that is on the hunt, but it's Bance tucked away in a corner, and a stick
dead
from CleanX that hold them all 4 dead again. 5 points needed. Ultra have gotten the hold they need in the final moments. They win it 250 to 247. A valiant effort from Surge, but simply not enough in the final moments to close it out.
What a comeback. I mean, end of second rotation, 4th, 5th, first hill, and then the second, Ultra do a really good job. They put enough pressure on Surge where Gunless has to call the streak. If he has that for the third hill, I think they win the map. I really do, but he calls it. They tried to win it there. Maybe a bit of an overinvestment. It's always tough, right? You know, hindsight 2020, but you know, if he has that artillery, maybe they get a break there towards the end. Doesn't come through. Ultra hold on to the game.
Well, as we've heard Gunless say in the past, I earned the streaks. I'm using them when I want to. But we'll take a look at these final moments. We're going to replay just to watch out the action, the tail end of this one once again, as it was a spectacular comeback from Surge. What was the lead? As much as 90 to 100 points. They bring it back. They take the lead. They only need 3. But as Ultra has done many times this year, they do just enough to hold on and get the W.
Yeah, I mean, Bance is in the middle of the map. You called it out. He's able to find multiple kills. And now it's just what? We have 1 or 2 pushes. What do we want to do here? And the trades are coming on through. But with those close spawns, the ARs in power positions, it's just an easy hold. And this is when that pressure just starts to mount on up for Surge, when you kind of just have to go pedal to the metal, just try to fly through the front. And when you fly through the front, you don't take your time with gunfights or for your nades to hit. What? It's just difficult to break. It's difficult to break on through. But Bance, 34 and 30 out of him, a huge game, and they win that map number 1.
Unbelievable stuff. Ultra get the W. They take the edge in the best of 5. Surge, Ultra continues in Search and Destroy after this break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Pre-order the new Courageous Sherbet flavor now on GameFuel.com while supplies last. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We continue on with our Game Fuel marquee match. Surge and Ultra look to get going in the Search and Destroy. But before we do, we didn't get a chance to get into our Game Fuel keys to victory before the match began, so we're going to touch on them now. Joe, take me through Toronto Ultra.
Well, inside he's been dominating, like I said, especially in Search and Control with a 1.7. He's had to harness that same impact against Octane and Gunless. And well, it was a close one. Octane and Gunless put up some numbers. Take advantage of Surge's weak S&D defense. Ultra second in S&D attack rounds this season. And I mean, they should be able to win the Search and Destroys. And then look out for Bance in the control. You see the difference maker that he can be. And the wins 1.13 and the losses 0.75. So we'll see how Bance does in game number 3.
Yeah, he had some big impact on, I mean, I don't even know if they were setup pinches on some of the key hard points, but he'd spawn out, maybe be in an awkward spot, and he made the play to disrupt the flow of the opposition to set up his team. But out of the Game Fuel keys to victory, talk me through Seattle Surge.
Well, I mean, Classy needs to find the balance between doing the dirty work and finding that individual success that we talked about. And well, I had another one that was fine, the early stride in this series in the first hard point. In stage 5, they are 0-3. But they don't get it there. It was close to happening, then use the momentum in control to win that swing game. And I thought for a second that checkmate was going to come through. It's going to end up being Garrison. But, you know, I think the last couple of checkmates, Seattle's like almost undefeated, like 4-0 in stage 4 and 5. And we saw Ultra play it, and I was thinking they're trying to expand their map pool. They don't allow that one to come through. So we're going to go to Garrison. But I thought maybe Ultra was going to play some checkmate.
Are you telling me someone deleted one of your keys to victory, Joe? Because who do I got to fire? I'm on it.
They did.
Apparently, I'm sorry, does CleanX have a nosebleed with a CleanX currently in his nose?
I think so. You know, sometimes allergies hit in the summer. Yeah, he's you know, he's got one nostril. He's good to go, though. He'll be all right.
You know, this this is something I've never understood. I know that that can happen to people. Like, you will just get a random nosebleed. The only times my nose has bled was like in high school sports when I got hit in the nose. People can just, their nose will randomly bleed. I have never experienced that in my life. I do not understand it at all. It doesn't make sense to me why suddenly your nose is bleeding.
I mean, we're just learning here today. So yeah, you need your toes to balance to walk, right? We learned that.
Okay, yes.
And now here, I mean, you just dry out, right? Your nose gets dry, then like cracks, and then it starts bleeding. That's really it. It sucks.
So
I've had it happen before.
So you're saying I just have a moist nose?
Yeah, maybe you just don't have allergies that sort of dry up your nostrils. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't really have allergies, so that's it. Okay.
Well, that's good. There it is.
Well, our thoughts and prayers over to CleanX as he battles through the bloody nose here to continue this competition. I don't know. Maybe he throws his balance off, Joe, with one nostril plug. I'm not a scientist.
Well, he found 2 kills in this round, so I think he's okay. This is a fast and furious one.
His name is CleanX, and now there's a CleanX touch in his body. It's like an infinity stone. He's actually going to dominate. You ever think of that?
No, you just brought that thought into my mind. Yeah, shoot.
You're welcome for that.
I'll say not sponsored by CleanX yet. You know, the ones with like the lotion. I'm like, what are we?
Truly unbelievable.
What are we doing over there?
That's a no-brainer if I've ever heard one.
Who is this agent? Get him on a tissue box.
Well, Gunless now will look to clutch up in this 1 versus 2 with 40 seconds remaining. You can see bomb down near the A site. He's got to deal with CleanX and Bance, the super subs of this Ultra team, if he's going to get it done. And he's looking primed and ready to take this first fight. Will he check the corner? Will he check it? He does, but CleanX too quick on the trigger to take the round 1.
That's 3 kills in the round, and this is the beginning, right? Just a quick push.
Yeah.
Over towards this statue area. The nade hits. Classic. We'll see you later. CleanX opens that round up, closes the round out, and he's still dealing with his injury.
Yeah, now you think this whole Infinity Stone conversation, there might be something to it.
Might be.
Great start there from CleanX. They'll take the advantage now. Swap sides. We'll see what CleanX and company can do offensively. We'll take a look at the split on the minimap bottom left and see where they look for their openings.
I mean, this is just a slow round from Ultra. Is there any aggression coming out, right? We've seen a lot of sort of back alley hits from our defensive teams. I think especially early on towards A, we don't have trophies, and there's a lot of utility to deal with, but it looks like Octane and Prestinni have 1 down or had 1 down. Do you take other parts of the map away from the offensive team, maybe play that retake? Gunless, he is going to get caught, but a nice trade there from Prestinni with that 74U, and CleanX just working his way up, and that's the best timing ever.
He's now up to 4-0, and Insight's just drilling foreheads. The Krig on point as always. Octane, 1 versus 3. Tougher spot than we just saw Gunless in, but first fight, first death for CleanX. Bomb just about to go down. There's the plant through for Ultra. How can Octane get the kills and get the defuse? I saw Insight was about to shoulder that. I don't know if he spotted him or not. It seems like he might have, based on how they've repositioned. Takes a little damage, wins the fight. The pre-fire to the edge. Now Insight's in trouble, and he will go down. Samuel LaRue with the 1v3 clutch ties us up at 1-1.
I don't know. He was so weak, but he was just dodging ball. Yeah, just throws another one in there in that 1 versus 2. But I mean, he was so weak. I mean, first that shot comes in. Cammy's able to hit a couple. He's 1 bullet away, but Insight is shooting towards his right. Well, Octane jumps to his left, able to find that angle, able to connect, and, well, gets the round win.
Looks like a mad scientist.
What?
What a beast. What a clutch. Well, that creates some momentum here for Surge after, kind of that heartbreaking loss as they were 3 points from victory in the map 1. That'll push Octane out to 4 kills now in the search and destroy. I don't think a whole lot phases him. Like, he sort of always plays well. But maybe it'll like get the rest of the team pumped.
I mean, again, they played really well in map 1, right? I mean, you kind of saw it there. They knew how close they were to a great comeback. So I was hoping maybe that just sort of got them in the series. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe this will.
Well, Insight gets some information in tags, but no first blood yet with over 40 seconds off the clock. It looks like it was going to be a B hit, but as you can see, everyone getting set up around that mid-tank. They're going to wrap this out and go A. Basically, at the same time, Ultra are making their move, so A is going to be wide open. That should be a 3-plant in now for Surge. They'll get it down, and Octane continues where he left off. Nice first blood.
Yeah, and I mean, Ultra are doing what you kind of have to do. When your utility's gone at A, when you can't play inside A, you have to take the opposite side of the map. But Bance has to wait for his teammates, Cammy and CleanX, to work this flank. Classic not ready for it. Now they have the man advantage in this 2 versus 3. Octane, though, still alive. Him and Gunless trying to lock things down. Well, with that trophy gone, some of the utility lands. Cammy Insight. Then when the gunfights, they're all dead, Cammy. You're good. You can hop on that defuse.
I was about to say it took a second before
he was ready for the next one. He was ready.
Yeah. And then I got the next one. I thought Octane was going to get both. He almost had enough to get Cammy down as well, but that's a frustrating one. You know, you get the plant in the 4v4, you get the first blood, you have numbers, and you blink your eyes, and suddenly it's a 3v2 for Ultra.
Yeah, I thought with Octane finding Bance, like all the advantage to them, but they're just not aware of the full flank, and that's on Classic, just not being aware of that situation, not getting near his teammates in that 3 versus 2. And then once that trophy's gone, the nades start to land. That's so much information giving to Toronto.
Well, they bring it back despite the numbers disadvantage, and not quite as split and passive as their first offensive round. This time they have really grouped up with an all-out hit towards A, just dealing with the tacticals coming in from the defense, and Cammy, the first blood on the cross, will take Prestinni out of round 4. Let's see if Octane
that's
can
just
play the all
Prestinni just trying to do a little bit too much by himself, like maybe just trying to find an opening, but all of his teammates backed up. He's hoping that like he can get through the middle of the street and make a play, but it's an individual play that just doesn't work out.
Exactly. It's like maybe he catches a better timing, where it's not Cammy there, he gets a kill, and this round looks entirely different. Instead, they're dropping like dominoes. 1, 2, 3. Gunless is the 4th, and he is in between a rock and a hard place. He will fall. Everybody stays up from Ultra. It's a clean round. Beautifully done by Ultra.
They just take that early aggression. They take the bomb side away. And again, when you're going to give that bomb side up, if you're Surge, there has to be a response with that retake. And they were just all the way back towards Tramless, just trying to find picks, I think, behind Octane and Gunless, but none were given.
It's one of those rounds you feel Surge need to come away with, or Ultra really start to run away with it. Octane again. I feel like there's so many rounds where he's just getting some shots in to Insight. He like has the read on where he is. Insight reads it a little bit better.
He didn't even see him. I don't know where. Yeah, nice shots by Insight, and then CleanX up to 8 and 2. Would have find another one, but just those early picks really hurting Seattle Surge.
Yeah, I like want to see that again. Like, look, you see Insight kind of backing down, then just finds an angle, and oh, those are nice shots at range from Cammy with the sub out. But yeah, I think Octane was maybe shaking his head a little bit after that one. And there's the final kill, Cammy. Yeah, it's that range. With the sub, Cammy doesn't really matter the weapon. The guy can make it hit.
Well, 4 in a row from Cammy, 4 in a row from Insight, 3 in a row from CleanX. After that clutch, there's been nothing. On the other side, you're struggling. Octane 6 and 4, but 2 and 15, 4 and 15 from the other 3, and Classic 0 and 5.
I feel like we were having this combo about Classic recently, and they started to go off, won some one-on-ones, like, again, to clutch up in the search. Well, I think they're going to probably need that. He's got to get involved, because now the guy that's basically accounting for all of their kills is gone. That timing was horrible. He tries to go back with the read, and CleanX makes it 0 and 6. Now a 2v4 for Gunless and Prestinni. Make it a 1v4 for Gunless. Maybe the most difficult position we've seen them in yet. And yeah, good luck winning that gunfight on that heady. Cammy and Ultra another clean search round.
And once they find that first blood, they just go. They take the map away. I mean, Octane's looking for picks middle of the street on both offense and defense. He gets taken down, and then you just see the entire team collapse as Ultra are finding those first bloods and making Seattle Surge pay for it.
Well, here Classic is going to try to avoid me maybe singing some Bond songs.
Yeah, I'm really just hoping, like, when the next COD comes out, if he could just play S&D to start for, like, the first 3 months, that'd be great. Make me happy.
Well, they get aggressive and they get the first blood. CleanX is out of it. Now, they had a 4v3. They ran away. I mean, the only round win is the clutch. They need to do it with numbers this time to stay up and rip off 5 straight rounds. Uh-oh. From a 3v4 to a 3v2 to a 3v1. Once again, Surge get the first blood and collapse. Ping is in, the call is in, the shots are through, and it's a 6-1 victory for Ultra. That was nothing short of dominant.
And what is the swing moment in all of those rounds? That's 3 rounds in a row where Toronto Ultra, they win the one-on-one versus Octane. Whether it was Insight, I don't know who found him inside of Delhi that one round. I think it was maybe CleanX or Cammy, but as soon as he dropped, they took that round away. They found so many picks early on with those ARs, with those first bloods, and that was the round. And then you saw Cammy with the streak. He puts almost 1,500 damage, but what, 2 first bloods for the Seattle Surge, 5 on the other side, and there it is, 0-7.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I had to do that. I apologize to everyone. We are now going to take a look at the U.S. Army tactical play. It's actually the first blood from Insight, because I took my eyes off it. Like, when he backed down and got damaged from Octane, I kind of took my eyes off of that fight a little bit, and the next thing you know, Octane just gets zipped up. We're going to watch it again just to kind of see the back down and angle that Insight was able to pick up. So,
is he on that outside window?
He hops up. Yeah, he hops up the back outside window. All right. Okay. Yeah, because you're right. Octane never saw him, and it felt absurd to me at first. So the last thing I remember noticing was that Insight backed down for the fight, and I'm like, all right, look at the mini map, and the next thing I know, he just gets beamed. And I was surprised to see it was Insight. Yeah, pretty unbelievable. And I think another reason that's tactical play, or one of our keys here from this matchup is. You kind of said it. I mean, once they were taking Octane out of the round, they were struggling to get anything done. So a big first blood there, and when the tides really started to turn.
That just wasn't a thing when I played, so I was like, what?
a little bit different. Some changes from some of the maps we were used to back in Black Ops 2 to now, but that'll do it for the map 2. Ultra, they're going to go up 2-0. We'll see if they can seal the deal and close it out in control after the break.
Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is brought to you by T-Mobile. T-Mobile is the shot caller in 5G. Lead the game from the lobby to the last push with America's largest, fastest, and now most reliable 5G network.
My name's Bance, aka Standy, and I'm a professional Call of Duty player for the Minnesota Røkkr. My experience as a CDL rookie has been phenomenal. I think it's really fun to play against players that I used to look up to.
Mack goes down as well.
My reaction to getting picked up to the Minnesota Røkkr, I was ecstatic. Some things that I've learned from my Røkkr teammates are a lot of intangibles, stuff like making the right play at the right time and being focused in like super stressful clutch situations.
Standy clutches it.
My duo is Attach. He's really nice and he came off as a great teammate. A goal that I have for my rookie year is obviously to do my best to try to win the Rookie of the Year award. Stay excited for the future because great things are on the way.
Welcome to a beautiful shot of Minnesota in our Game Fuel Marquee match. We're getting ready to hop into the control. We're actually going to take a look at some of the control stats between these two teams as we get ready to roll, as players kind of talking it through on the Ultra side. But these are the control ranks this season. What has separated Ultra maybe from good to great has been their incredible control. We've talked at length about how important that has been, especially when you talk about some of the grand finals of our major tournaments. For Surge, it's a little deceiving in the sense on the year they've been horrific, but over the past several months they've improved drastically.
Yeah, they have. I don't know the exact number off the back of my mind, but they've won like 4 or 5 in a row. But they just recently lost to Minnesota Røkkr. We're going to Garrison, which is a very strong control map for Ultra. And yeah, kind of what you talked about with control, 25 and 14. But the major there was 3 of those. The last major, and that's how they ended up bowing out. In our last major, number 4, they got away from some of the things, I think, the fundamentals that they really focus on, and well, it hurt them. So we've seen them get back to that. They've been so good at this game mode, but again, Garrison Control, one of their best maps.
Yeah, I mean, they should be looking to close this out here. They are the better team in this matchup without question. They are the better control team. Let's see if they can just, kind of like we saw in the Surge and on the second half, or sorry, in moments in the hard point, they just played the correct way very well together and limit the mistakes and punish the other team when mistakes are made. That's what they've done so well in control. Let's see if they can get back to that. I mean, honestly, it's weird to talk about because pretty much the entire year they've done that in control. We're really just talking about that small window at the last major with the slip-ups. They'll look to get Surge out of this one quickly, because they're going to start out on the defensive side of it, see if they can get Surge pinned and punish him. And sometimes on this map, I mean, that's where we saw at times that maybe the mistake or a little bit of over-aggression when they went for like a last-second B retake, and typically we just see them set up and get that minute, 2-minute hold on the A side. See what this brings us, but they've been so good here. I mean, more than likely, they might have Surge on the back foot early, and that's exactly what it is. Right back to spawn goes Surge. The aggressive positions open up, and Ultra take advantage of them quickly.
Well, I think the big thing is Ultra is so good at just this point of Garrison. Just made it so tough for offensive teams to get out of their spawn, trading effectively. It's even tough just to get that B point, right? There's just always another gunfight that the offensive teams have to take. Seattle Surge doing a really good job. Bance not able to find that, but behind the multi-kill that Octane is able to find, we're going to at least get someone on B for now.
See if Octane continue to go huge from mid-map. See what this 3 in a row can turn into, but they need to pause the clock as it's starting to dwindle, but Octane's still winning his ones. Finally, he's going to get shot in the back from Bance, as Bance can play that lurk and flank roll so well. really the only guy up in a forward position will be Gunless. All the troops rallying back into it. Bance, though, I'm talking about that lurk and flank roll. He's got a chance to kind of play it again. He gets read, though, by Classic, and he'll get dropped.
Yeah, but they got to get up, right? Someone's got to get on that point. There's only, what, 2 players in the area. Be Classic and Prestinni. They're going to have to win some gunfights. Whether it's Bance, Cammy, or CleanX, they're controlling the map. I mean, what, you get 6 kills out of Octane to try and open things up, but there's the 3 submachine guns from Toronto Ultra that are just finding the flanks, finding the angles, and taking care of you.
Yeah, and Cammy, I mean, he's been good at it all year with the multi-kills, but just felt like any time maybe there was a moment, he'd get 2. I mean, he has, what, 8 through the defense? A nice start from Cammy. He's just been terrific.
Yeah, I didn't see the number. Yeah, 8 and 2. Only 2 deaths as well. Running that third 74U defensively, but that's just right from the break, right? They just win map control. Surge is able to get out once, but them getting out, they're not out for long. Ultra come off a spawn, they get top green control, and they take that map away. His Insight's going to find that first blood, and the aggression from Toronto Ultra are there right onto the point.
Well, it's just so tough once you get reset early, because it's like...
Yeah, well, that's Insight with 3 kills. Okay.
When you're off the break, right? Like, you kind of just have to win 1 fight, and you're onto an objective. When you get sent back to the beginning, and the defense gets to move up the way they can, it's almost like you need to win fights 3 times. Like, you win the fight to sort of get out of spawn and get comfortable. Then you have to win the fight to kind of open up the point. Then if you're deep enough, they get back to the point to fight again. You have to win like a 3rd fight. Like, it just... It makes it so much harder when you just get smoked off of that opening duel.
Yeah, I mean, a lot does come from those breaks, right? Just breakoffs, getting momentum, or at least keeping some sense of map control. But right away, I think it was 5 kills from Insight and Cammy. They hit the first 5 kills. They turn it into that B point being captured. A minute to work with. But Gunless and Octane, they do respond. Sorry, Prestinni, with 4 in a row of their own. So they're going to put Ultra in their base. But look at Bance. He's all the way inside of breaks. You know that there's still 1 player remaining, but Bance is there.
Yeah, dude, he just always seems to be in a spot to shoot people in the back, or just turn heads and split the defense. Like, sometimes he spawns there at like a hard point. Sometimes he gets there and people forget about him. Like, yeah, he's just in behind enemy lines. His team might be struggling, but Benjamin Bance is not. That's 4 in a row for him, and right onto the A point. Just waiting for the rest of the squad to get there, taking out trophies as well. Finally, he will fall, but the opening he has created for his team, impeccable.
Yeah, those are huge kills, though. CleanX and Cammy, they try to get aggressive middle of the map. CleanX is trying to get inside of breaks. Insight now. We've seen so many players make individual plays in this position, able to find one, trying to buy time for his teammates. At least weakens up a couple, but Cammy and Bance are working the flank. They're getting aggressive on the surge spawn, and now CleanX is going to follow them on up. As you can see, this is going to force Octane and Classic to kind of have to scramble a little bit. They know that they're on an island right now. Cammy up to 13 kills, almost finds number 14. But they do retake control of A.
How can they hold? 60 to go. Slight life advantage for Surge. They're trying to find this opening either through middle or through bricks. Just one of them needs to win a one-on-one. They haven't been able to find that opening yet, but now with the distraction from one, Bance is able to push forward. I think that was CleanX, and then CleanX peeks out. That's a good little duo job there. That's great from Bance and CleanX to work together and find the opening, but Octane trying to shut it all down himself. Not able to do it. Last player on it will be Classic. You've got the closer spawn defensively, so they'll be able to get there fast, but you've stopped the clock at least for now. It's Cammy just trying to dodge nades, bullets, and hellfire to stay up on the point, but once again, Surge, enough to retake.
Yeah, you saw him trying to take that trophy out. He was hoping he'd take that trophy out, maybe throw a nade, throw a stun, just try to slow them up so his teammates can get there and watch the cross. But it's a 7 versus 9, only 10 seconds left. But again, just right away, middle of the map goes to Toronto Ultra. And it comes down to a couple of players on this zone. Can they hold on? This time, it's Octane and Prestinni. They both get taken out. Ultra, they make it look so easy at times.
Too easy. Too easy. Just the coordinated hit. Such a nightmare to deal with, and they win it there to go up 2-0. Didn't have a lot of time to work with, but yeah, it just feels like it's not, you know, when you talk about First Bloods and Search and Destroy, it's a different beast than like that opening kill in that 4v4 situation, but in a lot of ways, it has the same impact. And it just feels like they're so good at finding that first kill, those first 2 kills. And once they get control, they don't look back.
Well, I think what they just do so well is they really isolate the players playing the defensive side, right? Whether it's a player inside of bricks, a player at that back tank. Because as soon as they get a kill or 2 there, when there's no trades, you're basically, pinching the player on that A point from top green and from the brick side. And that's just so tough to deal with. I think we saw Octane once with the 74U find a multi-kill and allowed them to hold on to it. But that's basically what you're asking for, some heroics from a defensive player.
I think we started with Cammy's POV at the beginning of this just to showcase the kind of map he is having. He was like 18-9, just doubling basically everybody else in the lobby. And well, he started 8-2 in the round 1 and did not slow down. In the opening moments of offense for Surge, they once again find themselves in a pretty tough position, albeit not as deep pinned as maybe the get-go from that first offensive attack.
Pretty darn close, right?
Yeah, I'd say
I mean, they have some position with Octane and Prestinni out towards garage side, but they got to find kills, and nothing to be found right now. As Cammy inside, they're going to stay alive. Gunless is the next man up. Some shots into him, but Cammy just backs on down off a spawn. Octane almost dies.
Cammy, 5 in a row, 19. Make it 20. Make it 6 in a row. Looking for some streaks to just put a close to this one, but Classic will come bunny hopping around the edge and putting in to the streak dream for Cammy. As the stats continue to get ludicrous. 10 seconds to go. This is their chance to get on, but Bance, what do you know? Shooting somebody in the back again as he finds position here near the B objective.
Well, that is going to do it. That is just a dominant performance from Ultra, right? I mean, another quick 3-0 in control.
And I think that really highlighted just what a strong control team they can be. Even when they're put in tough spots, how poised they can be regardless of, little time being left on the clock. Now, yeah, the hard point, it was close. Surge had a shot. They were 3 points shy of taking the map 1, but after that, it's a 6-1 with some incredibly dominant rounds in the search and a 3-0 there in the map 3. Ultra the better team. They showed that there, and they're still looking poised to make a run, maybe at the Major 5 final, and obviously our playoff final at the end of the year.
100%. And I think for them, I mean, just looking at this group and the teams that they faced, yeah, I mean, Ultra looking poised to run away with this one. I mean, they still have, Empire to play. That could be another good matchup, and that's one where Empire, if they want to try to get top 3, they're going to probably have to win it, and then Florida. So there's still some juggernauts in their group that they're going to have to go off. What?
Aren't they 0-3 now? Empire?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, Empire. I was thinking, for some reason you said Empire, and my head went to New York, thinking, Empire State Building. I was thinking NYSL. My head just went somewhere else entirely. Keep going, Joe. It's all you.
No, I mean, Empire is 1-1, right? So, I mean, you have those 4 teams at the top between Empire, Røkkr, Mutineers, and Ultra. And with Mutineers now at 3-0, for Empire maybe to try to get a way in, you're looking at like an Ultra or Ultra Røkkr, that matchup. So this group already getting crazy at the top.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know where my head was going there, but a dominant victory here from Ultra. Yeah, well, I always thought when the teams are first being made that I thought New York Empire made the most sense, and sometimes my head still goes there. But we're going to check out our scuff play of the game, and we're going to watch Bance as he was making plays in the round 2, hitting his shots in the right spots. Bance has been terrific.
I mean, this is with a Craig. This is right off the start, and he puts all of the emphasis of Seattle Surge on him. Just gunfight after gunfight. And what this does, it allows his teammates to get out of the spawn, allows them to get off to this A point. And that's just, we've seen Bance and CleanX around bricks make those plays time and time again. I think that's a bit of an over challenge right after from CleanX, but he opens up A. It could have turned into a capture, but it doesn't. But that's what Bance and CleanX do so well on Garrison.
Absolutely. As we now take a look at the road to the Major for Ultra. So yeah, Mutineers Empire to come up. So yeah, their toughest tests, maybe in the group, both of them, they have not faced yet, but they've gone 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. They've done great with what they've faced so far.
No, this is what they did last stage. Just kind of doing what they need to do to put them in a position at another major title. Really nothing to really take from. For you and I, it was Can they fix control? They have done that, and now they're 15 points ahead of Dallas Empire.
Yeah, now that puts a little bit, maybe something extra into that Empire match they're going to have coming up. If they're able to win that, obviously, that's a big swing. The gap will widen. If they lose, Empire is going to be a lot closer in that hunt to maybe take a top 2 spot. But we're going to see where they can get to. But just a quick look at Major 5 that we have around the corner. That's going to be July 31st through August 1st. Fans, you are welcome. You are going to be there. The tickets are on sale. Go get the tickets now. You can see a link at the bottom. It's going to be here in Texas. It's going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun. We're excited to have fans back in the venue. So you should get there. And then that's not the last event of the year. We've got Champs coming up as well. Take a look at what tickets are available. It's going to be, the most epic moment of the year. The CDL Championship Weekend is live in Los Angeles, August 19th through 22nd. Come and see your favorite pros compete on stage for the coveted title of 2021 CDL Champions. Tickets available. You can see the link at the bottom of your screen. That's where you can check out information and get your tickets to go. But that'll do it for Joe and I here. We're headed to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we've got Lottie with King Cammy. Break it down.
Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. We had a buy one get one free from Toronto Ultra earlier as insight, and we also got a bit of CleanX as well in the shot too. But of course I'm catching up with Cammy right now. He is at the forefront of the conversation here for Toronto Ultra. Cammy, first of all, congratulations on the dub, a very nice 3-0. But you actually talking to me just before we got onto live air about this series, and that it was a bit of an interesting one for you guys. So what was going on? Why at one point did you feel like it was a bit of a weird one?
I just think there was a lot of moments there, and both the S&D and hardpoint, where I think we just got a bit too comfortable. The first map, I went on like a pretty good first half of the game, was fine, everyone was fine. I think we just got comfortable, kind of autopiloted and stuff, kind of started single push in, and they took advantage of it and they started frying and then punished us and we almost lost. And then same thing in the search. I mean, we got 1v3 by Octane, which was pretty poor. I think we messed up pretty bad there, but apart from that, everything I think was pretty spot on.
Do you know what's all learning curves, mate? It's learning curves, you know, on the route to Major 5 and Champs, and you guys are doing a pretty phenomenal job of it so far, I must say. Now, Cammy, obviously, at the moment, second seed is probably where your head is at as a team at the moment, and, you know, you're 15 points above Empire currently. Are you confident that you guys will secure second seed for absolute sure, or are you a little bit worried about Empire closing that gap?
No, Empire have definitely improved a lot. I think obviously we have a big game versus them. I think it's our last game in the group. That'll be a huge game, just not only for points, but for seeding for the major. And they're defo not to be taken lightly. Obviously, we had really close games with them at the Stage 4 major, so we know how good they are. And we just got to play our game like we have been the past few matches, and we should be good.
Now, speaking of how good they are, I want to quickly talk about how good you are, Cammy. I know this could be a little bit embarrassing talking about yourself, but I have to do it. You know, you have been such an impactful player on your team. Time and time again, you've come into the conversation of MVP. How much would it mean to you personally at the end of this season if you did walk away with MVP title?
Oh, I mean, that'd mean the world, but at the same time, you know, I got to give it to my teammates. They're the real MVPs. They're running in front of me. Jamie's holding my spawns to just let me kind of roam around and do whatever. So, you know, I got to humble myself and give a shout out to them on that one.
I love that. Jamie, hold my spawns, bro. I got this.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that so much, and obviously the humble attitude that you have towards it. Now, before I let you go, it is my last interview, and I always like to have a bit of fun here because I have a bit of extra time. Cammy, do you mind if I just get the public to know you a little bit better with some quick fire questions?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, okay. So when you're not playing Call of Duty and you're not practicing, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm honestly, I'm a pretty dry guy. I think with the COVID and stuff, I've honestly not done much. I've just really been going for walks in my spare time, chilling, eating and sleeping. I've actually done nothing for a long time apart from just play COD, eat, sleep, and then that's about it. Canada's been pretty tough with the good old rules and stuff.
Love that. Cammy, Call of Duty player, loves long walks on the beach. You already know the profile. But also, what food could you not live without?
Oh, what food can I... Oh, listen, a Scottish chippy. There it is. That it's not even close. A Scottish chippy or a Chinese. Top tier stuff, without a doubt, need them.
Gotta say, being British myself, I gotta appreciate that so much. And lastly, if you could buy anything you want, what would it be?
Ooh, a penthouse. A nice penthouse in like either back home in Edinburgh or in like, I really like Toronto, so maybe downtown Toronto, but one of the two. That'd be the dream. That's what we're going for.
Love that. Love that. You know what? Pleasing the family and the fans here, Cammy. I appreciate all you're doing, man, on and off the sticks. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck going forward for the rest of Stage 5.
Thank you.
Well, we've got to know the Scottish man a little bit better. The Scottish powerhouse, should I say, actually. This guy is unbelievable when it comes to Call of Duty, and unbelievable quite clearly in his personal life too. Well, I'll tell you what, this is not going to end here. We do have another little segment for you guys waiting at the HQ right now. Names is over there, and I better run and join him right now. So we will see you after the break. Well, another day is drawing to a close here at the Minnesota home series, and look at that night sky over downtown Minnesota. Absolutely stunning, lights out stuff here from today's teams. And I tell you what, a lot of them are trying to get the edge heading into this Major 5 and into Champs. Right now, things are rounding into focus. We've got Atlanta FaZe obviously right at the top of the leaderboard, highlighted right there for you. But what's most important to remember at the end of today, top 8 has been locked in. That is it. We've got top 8 done. We have our 4 teams eliminated on the right there, and we also are in the fight for top 6 as well. This is super important, folks, because top 6 means winners bracket, and that means an ever closer chance at getting a ring. That is, of course. Well, I'll tell you what, heading back into the HQ, though, I do have a very good friend on the desk, Nameless, and it's lovely to have you joining me, as always. And look, Toronto. Bit of a showcase. Pretty much every time we see them on our screens, the battle is relentless, that's for sure. Every time that they do face an opponent, doesn't matter how good or how bad that opponent is, they always show up, that's for sure. And it was interesting actually to hear Cammy talk about how the series got a little bit weird for him. You know, he was like, look, we got a bit complacent, and we've spoken about that before. You can't get complacent about kind of the teams that maybe aren't as strong as you, especially this season. But more importantly, let's deep dive into where this series took us. Let's talk about Control. What have you got cooking up for us, man?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at an offense for Toronto Ultra. And, you know, talk about what Cammy said about getting complacent. I mean, you could see it in that hard point. They were up so much, and they let Surge kind of climb back into it, but they're able to close it out in the next 2 maps. I mean, it was just a smoke show. But you can see here, it's so difficult to dominate on offense, especially on a map like Garrison, but they're able to get inside, and what they do so well is they just effectively trade, and the teammate that's last live always buys just enough time for his teammates to get into another position to make a play. So as all that pandemonium's going down, Bance takes a nice route, gets around back. You can see right now he's just trying to be a distraction, maybe get a couple kills to give his team the leeway to break on inside. Meanwhile, Cammy's able to get a kill, and now they're doing exactly what you want to do. They have some players in bricks, taking their time, picking apart the defense. As they get those kills, they can advance through green if they would like, or they can just all funnel right through bricks. So you're going to see them. They funnel through bricks, but what did Bance do that entire time? Did he redirect his attention back towards the point and try to overwhelm them and use their numbers to get those kills? No, he waited for the spawn cutoffs to be that extra layer as he trusted his teammates to clean up those final kills in the hill. That's beautiful. I mean, that's team at, you know, just pinpoint chemistry. They know exactly what they want to do, and Bance is like, no, you guys handle that. I'm going to do what I need to do. So I just thought that was great to illustrate the level that they're playing at.
Definitely. I mean, on the money, and especially like you said, having that trust is so important, something that New York right now don't appear to have. And I've heard you say that word so many times, trust. And I think at this stage, this late stage in the season, trust is going to win you matches, because you have to be able to trust your teammates to do their job at that certain moment in time. And a fantastic execution of exactly that, basically, from Ultra. Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, you're probably wondering what is coming your way tomorrow, and I shall not leave you hanging. Let's take a look right now at the schedule presented by the US Army.
All right.
So, starting your day, we've got Paris Legion versus LA Thieves, our game fuel marquee matches in the middle. OpTic versus FaZe. Absolute banger, my friend. And T-Mobile 5G weekly drop is going to be Røkkr versus Empire. Now, looking at all of these matches on the screen, obviously we have some big hitters here, some heavy hitters. Team with the most to prove is, Nameless, I want to know.
I'm going to go with Minnesota Røkkr. I mean, when they went up against Toronto Ultra, we thought that they would fare a little bit better, but they didn't. It was the same story, a different day. And then now going up against Dallas, they have an opportunity here to get more confidence. They've been working on a lot of things. They definitely have the ability to do it, but tomorrow will be a big showcase for them. So they have a lot to gain. And it's their home series. Like, you can't lose at your own home series. You definitely can't get smacked, so they got to turn up.
That's for damn sure. No pressure now, Røkkr, after hearing that. Don't get smacked. It's going to be really rough for you guys, especially at your home series. Now, I got to say, man, on the opposite side of your choice, it's going to be Dallas Empire for me. I think they need to take down Røkkr, and as much as I hate saying that and wishing unwell for a team, this is what they have to do. You know, they came off a really disappointing loss to Mutineers, and I've got to say, the LAG victory just really wasn't that appetizing to me. I just didn't see a huge amount into it. So I think that they need to prove to themselves that they are better than our current second seed Ultra, which is what they're gunning for. They know that if they can't play to that level, then a shot at the ring is not going to happen. So they need to have a really strong ride to Major 5 and into Champs from now on. So honestly, I'm looking at them. I want to see them step up a little bit as well.
It's a good pick.
Well, I tell you what, I think that does it for today, mate. I think that's all we got on the cards for today. It's been a wild ride, and I tell you what, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We've got some bangers coming your way, that is for sure. But we will see you guys for the final day. One more home series till the Major 5, and guess what? You can buy tickets right now. That's right, I'm giving you all the secrets, all the details. Make sure you buy your tickets, because this is a friendly reminder. We have your back here. Get your tickets, get yourself there, and yeah, you're gonna enjoy yourself. That's all I can say. But anyway, see you tomorrow, and good night.
The Major is around the corner.
Here it comes. The Giants, the Titans.
The best player in the world.
It is going to be one hell of a tournament.
This was just absolutely insane.
This is the COD League.
One of the craziest sequences I've ever seen in my life.
Looking unbeatable.
Oh my God! What is this?
They're flawless. I can't wait. This is going to be a blast.
The honeymoon period is over.
They continue on. This is just disgusting.
It is do or die time.